Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Final session, final lesson in our basic grammar, that is commanding. Now we learn forbidding and it's very easy. Now commanding it's little tricky. So this required little more understanding. So I'll try my best to simplify this concept. Maybe you might have to listen to this audio a few times to improve your understanding. This is not like other lessons. I'll give a fair warning beginning of the session. So okay, creating a command. Okay, first thing, start with lightest second person. So I'll tell you the process first, then I'll give you the example, then only you will at least start to understand. So what is lightest second person is antum, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. So again, the even forbidding, even commanding applicable for only these 6 versions. Okay, and remove the first ta. Okay, I'll explain with the example so you will understand. The first example given is tazhaba, not tazhaba, that is like tazhabu is the example. Okay, tazhabu is the example. So what is the first thing you have to do? Tazhabu, you remove the ta. Okay, so first you take it and remove the ta. So second step is remove the ta. So once you remove the ta, it remains idhab, right? So if you can read the word idhab, if you read the word, then that is become your command. But if you cannot read the word, then you need to bring a alif. So if you take idhab starting with sukun, you cannot read with the sukun, right? So you need to bring a alif. So you are bringing the alif. So once you bring the alif, then you need to put a fataha or kasara or dhamma. You have to put something, right? So what to put? So what you put in alif is depend on the one before the last letter. Okay, you go to the last letter, like go to the Hua version, the original version, and go to the last letter, and one with before the last letter. What is the harakat in that letter? So example, in this scenario is dhab, right? Dhahaba, the last letter is ba, the before that is ha is the letter. So check the what is the harakat, what is the uh, harakat in that letter, that is ha. So fataha. If it is fataha or if it is kasara, then both scenario you have to put kasara to the alif. Okay, so here in this scenario it is fataha, right? Dhahaba, ha is fataha, so you have to put a kasara to the alif. Fataha or kasara, one before the last letter, whatever the fataha or kasara, whatever the harf, whatever the not harf, what is the harakat, whatever the harakat or whatever the sign, so you have to put kasara in the alif. But if one before the last letter is dhamma, that means u sound, then you have to put the u sound in alif. This is Arab has done the way of make it easy to pronounce. So I will do many examples. So this concept is little tricky. So I'll do a few examples. There are a few examples, so you will understand better. So anyhow, here since the haba ha sound is there, you have to put a kasara in alif. That means idhab. Okay. So then idhab is the. I'll try to explain again. Okay. Again, this same concept. First, you have a word called tadhabu. Is the original word. Tadhabu is the original word. Then first step is make it lightest. Tadhabu, make it lightest. You know, tadhaba is light and tadhab is lightest. Tadhab is the lightest. That's the first step. Second step, remove the ta. So it will become idhab. The step by step is there. If you read the note, you will see step by step. So idhab you cannot pronounce, then you have to bring alif. That is the third step. Bring a alif. Then once you bring a alif, like say example, actually third step is if you can pronounce, then finish. Then the commanding is over. But if you cannot pronounce, in this scenario you cannot pronounce. So you have to bring alif. Then once you bring alif, check the fourth step. What haraka we have to put the alif? The haraka is depend on fifth step. Haraka is depend on the one last go to the last letter. What harakat it has? If it is as u, then you have to put u to alif, and if you have uh, some other harf, then you have to put kasara. That means e sound to the alif. So here you have the haba ha sound, so you put e sound to the alif. Idhab. That is your command. Simple. It's not simple, but that's how you have to form this one. So listen to this audio a few times, you will understand, or look at the notes, you will understand better. So I will do the second example, then you will understand better. Here example is giving is, they are given is tansurna. I will do example tansuru. Okay, I will do example tansuru. So how to make the first step? Take the tansuru. First step is make it lightest. So tansuru is normal, tansura is light, and tansur is the lightest. So tansur is the lightest. That's the first step. Second step, you remove the ta. First ta you remove it. So unsur. Okay. So third step, check whether you can easy to pronounce. Is it unsur easy to pronounce? No, it's not easy to pronounce. So fourth step, you have to bring alif. Then if it is not easy to pronounce, you have to bring alif. Now what harakat you have to put to alif is the fifth step. You have to decide that. These are the 5 steps you remember. If you remember these 5 steps, it's easy. So the last step, what harakat you're going to put? Unsur, you bring alif now. So check, go to the last letter is ra. Okay, last letter is ra, and one before the last letter is u. Unsur, right? Unsur. So su is the last letter. So if it is su, u sound, then you have to put alif also u sound. If any other sound, then you have to put the e sound. So here it's u sound, then command is unsur. You have to put u sound in the alif, unsur. Command is unsur. Okay. I will do the same example, the second example, what they have given, that is tansurna, lightest first step, make it lightest, that is still tansurna. We learn, it will not change. Then second step, remove the ta. So unsurna. Then third step, check whether you can read it. You cannot read it. Then fourth step, you have to bring alif. So the what harakat to put alif here? You might think, okay, one before the last letter is unsurna, is last letter is noon, and then ra is the last letter. No, what I'm saying is na is not part of the root letters. It's not part of the pattern. So it's not part of the original word, the Hua version. Hua version is Yansuru, right? So only letters is here is part of pattern. So Nasara is the 3 letters. So the one before the last letter is not the Ra. Ra is actually last letter. Even though Noon is there, Ra is the actual last letter. So Noon is part of the pattern. So Ra, the one before the last letter is Su. So it is U sound. So unsurna. Unsurna is the command. Because you have to put the same U sound to the alif that I already explained in the tansur when I am explaining. So yansurna also, tansurna also, the same way unsurna. The command become unsurna. Meanwhile, I'll also do a easy one. The third one is easy one. Tata allamina. Tata allamina is the example. So how to make it light? You have to remove the loon. It will become tata allami. Tata allami. That's the first step. Make it light. And second step, remove a ta. So once you remove the ta, tata allami become ta'allami. So what is the third step? If it is a readable thing, then leave it. So ta'allami is readable. There is no issue in reading ta'allami. So that is your command. That's the easy one actually. So only 3 steps are there. Not even 3 steps, only 2 steps, because the third one is whether check whether you can read, then it's finished. Ta'allami. So that's the command. Okay, then finally, I didn't explain you when I'm explaining the theory. There is a family called Aslama family that we will learn later in the Sarf. that is not what you call, not a grammar thing, it's a sarf thing. Aslama family, only in this Aslama family speciality is it will get the alif, it will get the alif, and it is not u sound, it is not e sound, it is always a sound. But that alif is also special. You can see a hamza on top of that alif. If you see that, that is mean that is Aslama family. So we will take one example from a Aslama family as well. Tunzuruna is the word. Tunzuruna. How to make first step? First step is make it light, right? The steps won't change. So tunzuruna, remove the noon, and it become light now. Tunzuru. Okay. Then second step is remove the ta. So once you remove the ta, it become unzuru. It's difficult to pronounce. Inzuru. Okay. So I'll tell again. Tun become lightest. Tun. Then once you remove ta, it's ziru. It is difficult to pronounce. Since it is Aslama family, you bring the a, then andiru. It will become andiru. Andiru is the command. So this concept is little tricky concept. Okay, how to understand the Aslama family, that you will learn later actually. Now you just need to understand in this lesson what is important is you need to understand there is a family like this, and sometimes command can have the anzuru as well. If you see that command in Quran, that is mean it's Aslama family, and you can easily recognize by when you read in the Quran, the alif, on top of alif there is a hamza, so that mostly Aslama family. So I know this is little tricky, but try to read the note. Note is more clear than my voice message in this lesson. So listen to the voice message once or twice, and you will get it, inshallah. It's not rocket science. Over the period of time, when you repeat it again and again, you will easily get it, inshallah. So this is the last lesson that we have completed all the basic grammar. So if you after you finishing, now we can go to the Quran, and whatever based on whatever we learn, if you know how to do the assignment also. So whatever we learn based on that, inshallah, we can start to decode Quran and understand Quran better. And our target is to read the Quran without and read and understand the Quran without translation. So if you know this grammar, even I can explain easily for you based on the grammar how the words are connected, inshallah. So then thank you very much for staying all these 24 lessons, inshallah, mashallah. Hope I try my maximum. I'm not a good explainer, but I try my maximum to make it easy for you guys. And we will meet, since this is last lesson, we will meet with Quran verses, and I'll try to decode the Quran verses and explain you how the grammatically these words are connected, inshallah. That is the most interesting part. Learning this grammar and all, it's really boring thing. So what is interesting is whatever after you're learning all this, you are applying that whatever you learn in the Quran and see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making sentences, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is connecting word. That's the miracle actually. That's what we're gonna learn, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. I'm asking this all dua always, and final time I'm asking, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand this Quran and take it to our life and practice this Quran to our life 100, and 100% practice, take into practice to our life and spread across the world until we should able to spread across the world until the last person comes before the day of judgment. The last person born in this earth also should, inshallah, get this verses of Quran, inshallah. This is our dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should use us to achieve that target, achieve that objective, because our target is everyone has to go to Jannah, everyone has to go to paradise, no one should go to the hell. That should be our intention, that should be our niyyah, the worry of Ummah. That is the worry that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had. So the same worry we should have as a followers, as a Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, thank you very much for staying with all these lessons. Then we will meet with the Quran verses, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to understand all these theories and learn Quran and take it to life and spread across the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us easy or make easy this for all of us, inshallah. Ameen. And then that's it. Thank you very much. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.